Welcome back, everybody, to 9-9. I think we're on part 7 of this.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Renya is saying so long, but we are saying hello.
It's like a Beatles song. This very well may be the last part, too. We'll find out soon enough.
お疲れした
It has.
またねさようなら
Now I'm wishing that we had gone through this whole section to end last episode.
Me too.
I part ways with everyone at the train station and see Noah off to her house.
食べ過ぎた
Well, that's a very different sentiment from everybody else.
Oh, me too. Sure was good, though.
It's a long trip. We have plenty of snacks.
Me too. Sure was
美味
good,
しかっ
though.
た
Oh, I was gonna keep it.
またみんなで行きたい
Hey, we can do both. I think they both work.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Yeah, with everyone.
お二人でもいいけど
Oh, there is that, too. Yeah, sounds good.
For whatever reason, I feel an urge in me. What kind of urge? I see Noah's tiny hand dangling idly and take it. It's not the one that's hanging up, is it?
こうやって歩くの初めてな気がする
Clearly not, from the way she's splaying out her hand toward us.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, look at her.
We still haven't gone on a real date yet, have we?
うんしたい
Yeah, I bet.
生物を全部回収してから
How many more relics do we have? Why can't we just go ahead and do it now?
I feel we can make exceptions, right? We've reached a good place to break them for the time being.
そっか
Any place you'd like to go in specific?
いっぱいある決めておく
All right, she's taking the initiative.
Sure thing, then. We actually have very low initiative rolls.
Yeah. High defense, though. There's a sudden pause in the conversation. But it's not an awkward pause. In fact, it's comforting. We stay silent and walk on, simply basking in the warmth radiating from our hands.
それじゃあ
Yeah. See you later.
うん
I reluctantly let go of her fingers. Then I watch Noah as she enters her apartment complex's entrance. I close and open the hand I held in hers. There's still a faint hint of her warmth in it. She's alive. That realization is sinking in. I strain a smile at my own overly sentimental display and start to walk back home. That is fair because she's the one that we saw die more than anybody else.
Yes, and even if he erased a lot of the memories, he wouldn't have erased the initial one.
Yeah.
Like the core death that then caused him to go back.
Oof. And that was a hard one, too. I mean, seeing Cujo turn to stone was rough, but... I mean, like, she was in his room. Just there.
Yeah. Well, even if he got rid of that one, there's the one before it. Like, she died a lot. Like, the one where he held her in his arms and all.
Yeah, you're right. I'd forgotten. Next to him...
Yeah, she died a lot.
And I guess Yoichi, but Yoichi doesn't count. Yeah, okay, I had to think for a minute, because I was like, wait, how many times has Renya died? Doesn't matter. He's Renya.
and Yoichi, look, technically, a plane killed that man.
You're right. It was debris. Total freak accident. 2 weeks have passed since we all went for yakiniku.
うーん
Noah is rolling around on my bed, engrossed in her video game. We walked forever tracking down the artifact last Sunday. And after waiting for Sophie's report, we managed to meet the person in question and reclaim their artifact yesterday. We decide that today is a good day to rest. A day to slow down and take it easy. According to Sophie, I can tell distance with the detector too, so I'll have to increase my proficiency with it. We wound up walking a whole train ride's distance, so I feel really guilty about putting everyone through that. Noah rolls over again. Her slender legs are totally exposed. Seems she's been feeling the burn from all that walking for the last 3 days now. I'm still pretty fatigued myself. I thought I was picking the closest reading to us, too. I really screwed up. Hey, Sophie.
Hi, konnichiwa.
With her usual flashy entrance, Sophie appears. Noah pauses her game and sits up.
どうしたの？
ちょっとした報告。イーリスがなぜ世界の目を隠したのか。
Ooh.
Huh? Do you mean in this branch?
ちゃんと神社にあるわよ。個人的に気になったの。あの枝ではなぜ隠したのか。
We need to start labeling the branches.
一応教えてあげようと思ったのだけど、興味ないなら帰るわ。
Just need to take this giant blank wall behind Noah and just make some kind of flow chart or map. It's gonna look like the Legend of Zelda timeline.
It'll look like that, or it'll look like Charlie's wall at the mail place.
Pepe Sylvia.
Yep.
聞きたい。
じゃあ教えてあげる。おおよそ予想はついているでしょうけど、あの領域を作り出すために必要だったみたいね。
隠したわけじゃなく、利用していた。
Ah, okay.
I see. That's how Iris managed to take control of the townspeople. She incorporated the World's Eye's power into the territory in order to synchronize with the humans inside it.
Whoa.
It was probably similar to how she linked with Yoichi. She utilized the power of the World's Eye.
おそらくね。ただ、あの枝、イーリスを倒した枝では、世界の目は私とサツキの管理下にあったのよね。不特定多数の人間と同調するために必要だったのか、あるいはオーバーロードを手にしたことで必要なくなったのか。
Well, but she kind of got like an off-brand version.
Yeah. She got like the Doctor Extreme of the Overlord.
Actually, no, she got Overload, and we had Overlord.
Yep. It's slightly different. Maybe she didn't use the sacred relic in this world, but she used her own World's Eye.
その可能性もなくはないけれど、あの騒動はただの実験で、何らかの成果を得て世界の目が必要なくなったと考えた方が妥当かしら。いいえ、今考えても仕方ないわね。
We'll never know.
So, we have no real idea what she used it for then.
悔しいけど、頓挫したはずの人体アーティファクト化の技術も絡んでいるみたいだし、解明には時間がかかりそう。
She figures it out like 80 years from now, and she's just like, hey, Kakeru, oh, you're dying. Guess this is bad timing.
Hey, Kakeru's grandson, guess what?
Who are you, floating plushie?
結局世界の目はどうなったの？消失してしまったの？
どうかしらね。あの枝は選定されているみたいだから、仮に消失していても問題はないけれど、本来の機能を失っていなければ、いずれ神社に戻るわよ。
Speaking of which, I hate to swerve off topic, but
何？
what happens if you swallow an artifact that's already under contract with someone else? Can you forcibly make a contract with it?
It just busts out of your chest and starts dancing. Hello, my
Yep.
baby. Hello, my honey.
できない。 飲み込んでも契約者の元へ戻る。
Check, please.
Oh, just like I thought. Then why does that piece of the world's eye remain in me?
そうね。
There's a slight pause. Having collected her thoughts, Sophie opens her mouth.
初めてのケースだから仮説にはなってしまうけれど、
Yeah.
世界の目は特殊なアーティファクトだと説明したかしら。
It doesn't warp to a contract bearer, but wherever the gate is, right?
そうね。世界の目は人ではなく扉の座標を記憶している。そしてカケルの中にも扉がある。
What are the implications of this?
The gate is linked to my partner's world.
So that's why we see everything he sees.
あなたは破損した世界の目を取り込んだ。一時的に機能を失っていたかけらをね。本来なら体内に取り込んでも私とサツキしか使えない。けれど破損して不具合を起こしていたためにあなたにも使えてしまった。
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
No, in this case, it's not a feature, it's a bug. So you mean the coordinate data got updated because I unconsciously made a gate?
だから世界の目が自己修復を終えてもかけらはかけるの体内にとどまっている。
おそらくは。断言はできないけれど。
I am imagining the, like, world's eye being 100% put together again, except for a small piece.
You know, I was thinking about that too. Either that or it's like a worm and it fully healed on the outside, but now there's also one that's forming inside of Kakeru. Now you have 2 or 3? Eh.
No. Thank you. I feel better, or rather, I feel relieved. I thought that I'd be in trouble if the piece left on its own and I lost my powers.
そうなる可能性もゼロとは言えないわよ。
Oh good, now I have something to live in fear of.
A what?
もしもの時は私たちで何とかする。
Well, I'd hope that it really doesn't happen now. Anyway, I guess there's no use worrying about it.
他に聞きたいことは？
None. Thanks.
ソフィーの報告も終わり？
終わり。じゃあね。次の契約者が見つかったら呼んでちょうだい。
Gotcha.
Do we really have to call you? Aren't you just watching? Okay, bye. Sophie disappears into a spatial rift as soon as I reply. I thought that there was going to be a time limit or something. But it looks like everything is fine, so I guess there's no need for us to rush things.
Anyway, our next move depends on me. I'll train until I'm able to, read accurate distances.
気にしなくていい。みんなで遠出するの楽しかった。
I can't feel my legs.
My leg. I suppose it was kind of a little outing, huh?
うん。お、
Oh no, my legs gave out.
My leg.
She smiles and lies back down, but quickly sits up as if she remembered something.
この前のデートの話覚えてる？
Yes, it's like it just happened.
Yeah, you said something about you think where you want to go.
6月18日土曜日空いてる？
That's very specific.
I'm free, no plans or anything.
期末試験近いけど。
Close. That should be about 2 weeks away, right? Oh, but Hako-san and Kuho are on different schedules, huh?
Ah, yeah.
だいたい同じだと思う。大丈夫？
All good, all good. A-okay.
I wasn't going to study anyway.
じゃあ行きたいところある。
A-okay, unlike my grades.
E-okay.
Middling C-okay.
It's still passing?
It is.
She comes off my bed with her cell phone in one hand, sits on the throw pillow, and swipes the screen. After some tinkering, she sets the phone on the table.
ここ
A cosplay event?
そうコスプレしてゴミ拾いをする
Pick up trash while in cosplay?
ボランティアになるのかな毎年開催してるみたい
I mean, it makes sense. It's like an adopt a highway, but with a cosplay club.
Yeah.
無料だし撮影もするだろうけどあくまでゴミ拾いが目的だから初心者でも気軽に参加できそう
Somebody tries to pick up an errant piece of cardboard. Hey, that's part of my costume. Put that back.
Now I'm just imagining it being like somebody cosplaying as like the box ghost. Beware.
Beware. That would be great. Are you kidding me?
I know. Beginner. Oh, right. You don't mean going to watch, right?
そう参加したい
Noah's eyes light up. She did talk about wanting to go to one of these before, now that I recall. Which means, yeah.
I'd have to cosplay too?
Super easy. White button-down shirt, black pants, Shinji Ikari. Good.
ダメ
Honestly speaking, I'd be way too embarrassed. Or, yeah, well, the emphasis was in both sentences. You get what I mean. But.
You're definitely doing that on purpose.
おー
Now you're just looking for us.
こうすれば断れないと思って
Well,
That's surprisingly calculated.
最初のアプローチだってそう
Okay, I get it. I'll give it a shot.
you know, that's very fair because in this branch, him approaching her was also equally calculated.
Mm.
Actually, a few of the branches, because I guess they kind of converged. Anyway.
Yeah.
やった
Well, because they all start from the same place.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if that smile she just flashed was calculated, it's still making my heart skip a beat. Several beats.
You already have a cosplay in mind?
決めた
She takes her phone, taps around on it, and puts it back on the table.
これ
Oh, that's not what I expected. This is your style?
一番ではないけど好みの系統ではあるあと現実的なラインで考えた衣装が売ってて通販で買える思ったより安かった
Oh, I really thought she was going to just make us use the illusory body. Just maintain it the entire time they're out there picking up trash.
ただ武装がついていないみたいだから
Okay,
それ
there
だ
it
け
is.
全体で作らないと
I just didn't get there yet.
Gotcha. If you give me the reference materials, I can make it.
大丈夫自分で作れる
Wait. But
I recall Noah not being able to maintain the illusory body's shape the last time she tried to use it.
気がついたの眷属化で得た力は理解が大事
understanding?
そう私は現体の力をうまく使えない魂を与えて分身を作ることはできない
I know where this is going. No, I don't.
けれどもう一つカケルからもらった力がある世界の目
Ah.
あ
あの時は理解が足りていなかった世界の目に気がついていなかったでも今なら
You can synchronize with the illusory body.
You, Jean?
ええやっぱり大きなものは作れないけれど
But fortunately, she is not large. a cube forms atop Noah's palm. Unlike last time, it doesn't break down.
原体と同調し続けることで形を維持することはできる。
So now we're going to practice picking up trash while you maintain this cube?
維持するのが
Not
精
just any
一杯で
cube.
かけるみたいに臨機応変に形を変えたり操ったりはできないけれど
A GameCube!
This feels like a Master Roshi training routine.
You know what it actually does?
コスプレ用のパーツを作るくらいならこれで十分。
Feeling any strain?
眷属化で弱体しているのもあると思うけどほとんどない。無視していいレベル。2度ほど試してみて複数のパーツを作っても数時間余裕で維持できた。半日くらいでも問題なさそう。
Oh, wow.
Oh, then you should be good.
だからかけるの原体はかけるに使って。
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. I need to make a costume for myself, huh?
うん買うより作った方がいいと思う。
I need to figure out a character before that, though. A costume I would look good in.
着るというか装着というか変身
Transform. Transform.
I'll be Optimus Prime.
I'll be
Henshi.
Tuxedo Mask. The roses are the illusory body. Whack, whack, whack.
Actually, that's even better.
It'd be awesome. Oh, like the heroes you talked about before.
Great Saiyan Man.
The Great Saiyan Man would be fire. I love the Great Saiyan Man, and I don't care if everyone disagrees with me.
Oh man,
It's the best part of that entire arc.
you could even go. They could go as far as she could be the Great Saiyan Woman.
Exactly.
Couple's costume.
It's 10 on 10.
そうナイトブレイダー
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
Oh yeah, that thing with the black armor.
そうワイルドウェポンセカンドイグニッションというゲームの主人公が変身した姿で
Whoa,
I know, you told me.
the tooth.
ゲームはやってないんだけどダークヒーローでたなびくマフラーが
You told me that too. Just give me a picture. Let me see the picture.
She looks up a picture at breakneck speed and pushes it in front of me. Dang, it looks cool. Also, I see it's a full-face costume. Dressing like a hero is embarrassing, but maybe it won't be so bad since I'll be hiding my face?
The Great Saiyan Man.
Yes. It's gotta be less difficult than wearing one of those hairpieces? No, wigs, right? This might work. Yeah, okay.
好みじゃない
Is there anything else to it?
What?
Like a chant you do when you transform?
おじゃあ
Shark bait, ooh ha ha.
I'm a guy. I've always thought about wanting to be a hero too. I'll become him. Night Blazer.
ブレイダー
Night
間違えないで
Night Laser.
Kite phaser.
Right later. Oh, right, sorry.
掛け声ちょっと調べる
Voices come from her cell phone.
Mastodon.
Looks like she's watching a video to check.
ない
Uh-oh.
変身というより覚醒的な演出掛け声ない
Huh, okay.
Ah, I see. No chant, huh?
じゃあシンプルに変身
Ah,
変身ちょっと貯めて言うのがかっこいい
Is it?
is it? Oh, I see. Right. I'll give it a shot.
Wow, there are a ton of sparkles in her eyes, and little music notes coming out of her head. That sounds hella embarrassing, but it's for my girlfriend. Just gotta double down. Let's do it! Nightblader. I form a detailed mental image of him.
You know, I feel like night bladder would be like when you get older problem.
That's probably true. Fortunately, they have products to help with that.
Transform.
Mutation. Apply it to my body. And equip it. I think the eye holes might be a little too far apart. This is how a horse sees the world, I imagine. I can hear Noah's ecstatic voice.
すごい完璧かっこいい
This is like a horse. How a horse with cataracts sees the world.
She's utterly delighted. Her voice is higher than usual.
写真撮ってもいい
She's probably smiling. A great smile, no doubt.
ポーズ撮ってポーズオープニングのポーズこけ
Can
る
you force? Do you mind if I change part of the design?
え
I can't see anything.
Nonsense, we have the power to almost see.
あ
We have the power of peripheral vision, and that's it.
Noah realizes. She finally realizes. Yes, Nightblader can't see anything in front of him.
あれ
The greatest
Hello.
superpower.
あれ目の部分
It's on here, but I can't see squat out of the visor.
あああ
I can't see your look of surprise either.
I need to either tinker with the visor to see in front of me, or shift the angle a bit. My field of vision's total crap.
Couldn't he just make it so it's kind of translucent to accommodate for the weird sightlines?
He might not be able to.
You might be right. If he's having to make it exactly how it's portrayed in the image.
Mm-hmm.
視界そっか視界盲点だった
Surprise, Nightblader's actually the bug-eyed monster.
No, what he actually needs to do is to just crab walk everywhere. Just sideways step all the way through.
I mean,
Anyway, what about the design? Did I get it right?
それは大丈夫できてる完璧
Well, then before I change the design, take a picture.
任せて
Will this pose do? Ugh.
あーちょっと足テーブルじゃなくてベッドに足乗せて
needs to be Captain Morgan height.
Hold on, can't see. Take me there.
Take me to the bed.
こっちここに足乗せて
Hey, we can finally see.
Like this?
そうで体の角度はこうで腕をこうして
Oh, I really wish he was posing to show us, even though we wouldn't be able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
完璧そのままね
Sure.
すごい生ナイトブレイダーかっこいい
If Sora ever finds these pictures, we're in so much trouble.
Oh no.
Noah giddily snaps photo after photo. This is so embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but
すごいすごくいいよかけるすごくかっこいい
You know, it actually reminds me of so you know, like the first movie from the Power Rangers.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
Have you ever seen images? Because, they did new costumes then. Like, even in the opening, I mean, like, the opening fight scene, it was, like, a more almost high-tech version of their normal costumes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. They originally were going to do those without the visors.
Really?
Because they were like, but you can't... Yeah, because I guess the people making the movie didn't really understand the whole thing, so they were like, well, you can't even see who they are. Which, of course, is literally the entire point of how the American show got made. But...
Right.
If you actually see them without the visors, it looks terrible.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's bad. So that's what I'm imagining if he took off the visor. It would just look really bad.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
It's kind of fun? Huh? Could I be getting into cosplay? Oh, do we not get to see any of it? Ooh.
Hopefully we get a good I want a couples thing at the cosplay place.
Yes, please.
行きましょう。
Righto.
The day of the event has finally come. We board the train in high spirits. We have our costumes already made and packed in our bags. At first, I thought we'd make them somewhere inconspicuous, but upon further research, I realized it's apparently a pretty large-scale event. There's a chance that there won't be any place inconspicuous there. And that's why Noah and I made them ahead of time. We did a thorough check of our schedule for the event, but our hearts beat faster the closer we get to the venue. We decide to go over today's schedule in order to calm our nerves even slightly.
まず受付で参加証とトングとゴミ袋をもらう。その後に更衣室で着替え。次に開会式に参加して式が終わり次第ゴミ拾いを始める。
We have free reign, right?
うん。グループ分けとか決められたルートとかはなさそう。2人で好きに動けると思う。ゴミ拾い終わった人から撮影会を始めるみたい。こっちには参加しない。
So, let's say you were going to this event.
Okay.
What would you cosplay as?
Ooh. Captain Planet.
Good call.
What about you?
The Trash Man.
That'd be funny. Although, now that I think about it, the full body paint for Captain Planet would be a real pain in the ass.
Oh, that would be.
Ugh. Oh well.
What you could do is get a group of 5 people to each go as a Planeteer.
Oh, there you go. Even better.
Are you sure?
今回の目的はコスプレをして堂々と歩くこと。写真は別にいい。
You snapped a lot of photos of Kakeru in the costume for somebody who doesn't care about the photos.
というか、ネットにアップされたりしたら恥ずかしいから避けたい。
There it is.
Ah, fair point.
だからゴミ拾いが終わったら切り上げる。でもせっかく遠出するんだから。
We're gonna hang out around the area.
ご飯とか食べたい。
Guess I'll look up any good spots around there.
うん。
I pull out my phone and we look at the screen together. What should we eat? This might be good. Oh, this looks good too. As those thoughts stew in our mind, it isn't long before we reach our stop. We scramble to disembark. There's a mob of people around us, all possibly event-goers themselves. We head to the venue as we get slightly engulfed in the atmosphere. We check in and head to the changing rooms, but the inside is chaos. We figure the rooms will clear out a bit after the opening ceremony, so we wander around to kill some time. The opening ceremony starts. They say that there are some celebrities here too, but the stage is too far to make anything out.
更衣室終わった後よりも今の方が空いてるかも。
Ah, right. Doesn't look like participation's required.
少し気は引けるけど、かけるは減退の調整も必要だし、 空いてるうちに着替えた方がいい。
True. Let's go then.
I hope we figured out the whole eye hole situation before this.
うん。
We turn away from the stage and head into the dressing rooms.
It's still crowded, but way better than it was a moment ago.
じゃあ着替え終わったらここに集合で。
Gotcha. See you in a bit.
We part ways and enter the changing rooms. I search for an open space and put down my bag. Now then. No use in being hesitant about it now. Time to buck up and change. I take out the illusory body from my bag, equip the pieces to myself, and adjust the sizing. I make sure to keep any changes in the outfit's form to a minimum, but I feel like people might suspect me if they really stare. I push aside my shame and quickly equip my costume parts. Lastly, I put on the helmet to complete the transformation. Alright. As of now, I'm Nightblader. I have no idea what Nightblader sounds like. It's hella embarrassing, though. Crap, I'm super nervous. My heart is pounding. Anyway, I need to get out of here. I need to meet up with Noah. Being by myself is so disheartening. Ooh. I like it.
Ooh.
Not what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. I was thinking maybe like a Sailor Senshi outfit or something like that.
Yeah.
As soon as I exit the changing rooms, Noah comes over to me. It looks like she'd finished changing earlier and had been waiting for me.
This is bad. I'm so freaking nervous.
You're gonna do that the whole time.
No, just that one line.
Nice.
わかる。コスプレして人前に出るの思った以上に緊張する。
Think how Kujo felt in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Noah pats down the wrinkles in her costume and fixes her jewelry in a calm manner.
変じゃない？
Nope. Just fine. Nothing's off.
よかった。
No, I'm wrong. That's not right.
やっぱり変？
That's what I... No, sorry. I phrased that badly. I meant it looks really good on you.
Delightfully awkward.
ありがとう。
Noah gives me a big smile, sending my heart racing in a way unlike anything before. She had told me what character she'd be cosplaying, but I hadn't seen it in person yet. Her outfit is totally different from the clothes she usually wears. I had imagined how it might look, but this is beyond my imagination for sure.
Yeah, you look really cute.
よかった。うまくできて。
Seriously, it looks great on you. I mean, people around us are looking at you too.
That's gonna make her self-conscious.
それは違う。私じゃない。
The question mark.
What? Can't you feel all those stares?
見られてるのは私じゃない。かける。
Oh no.
Me?
そう。
Do I look that off? Did I screw up somewhere?
逆。改めて見るとクオリティが高すぎる。あえてあらを出した方が良かったかも。
It's too perfect.
Oh no. Well, I did change it so the visor's more transparent now.
それを差し引いても再現度がすごい。原作知ってる人絶対興奮する。
He just gets bombarded with questions. Did you make that? Where did you buy it? I want one.
Yep. Oh. Okay. I mean, so long as no one's looking at me weird, I guess it's fine.
囲まれそう。行こう。
Sure.
Noah pulls me by the hand, walking away from the front of the changing rooms. The opening ceremony seems to be over too, meaning the crowd is starting to disperse. Now all we have to do is pick up trash however we want. From downtown!
Remind me, was there an end time?
うん。 確か15時までだけど、撮影会は13時からだから、みんなそれくらいで切り上げるのかも。
So basically about an hour, huh?
私たちは撮影会に参加しないから、もっと早く切り上げても大丈夫だと思う。
Not yet. But it'd be a waste if we go home after an hour or so.
うん、もったいない。
Let's just go till we fill our trash bags.
Noah's mounting excitement makes her reply more energetically than usual, which makes me smirk. Before I know it, I feel considerably less ashamed. I'm surrounded by like-minded individuals. There's no need to be embarrassed in the first place.
あっちの方行こう。人が少ないところの方がいっぱい拾える。
Let's walk and look for some trash.
Going on a trash hunt. We look around us and stroll. The trash pickup area is the entire course of the park, the event venue. At a glance, it looks pretty clean, but...
Oh, found some.
拾う。
Noah swiftly picks up the discarded plastic bottle. There is a surprising amount of trash in this spot,
ここにもあった。
and hidden away in the shade of the shrubs.
I don't know if you remember, but one of my earlier jobs was picking up trash.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. And I was that job was in like the hood.
Oh yeah.
And because I'll never forget the first day of that was like I found some needles,
Oh jeez.
a gun,
Uh.
and a pit bull puppy that somebody had thrown out,
Aww.
which was really cute. He just followed me around all day, and then I found him a home. But yeah,
Oh well, good. I'm glad you found him a home. I was just like, aw, puppy's not trash.
he wasn't. He just followed me around all day. It was really cool. It's just like, hey puppy, didn't it help me look for guns? Might not take long for us to have full bags.
どっちが先にいっぱいにするか競争ね。
You sure about that? This'll end poorly for you.
その言葉、そっくりそのままお返し。
Just as long as you don't make me eat this trash.
I can't bend my knees in this.
But the real question, can he turn his head?
Probably not. I'm imagining it like a Muppet.
I was thinking like the early Batman movies, like the
Yep.
one with Val Kilmer and Michael Keaton. It's just like, eh.
あ
I might end up being completely useless.
He just has to do a split to pick up trash.
私が頑張るから大丈夫。
No, hold on. Maybe if I can't reach anything by my feet, but if it's far enough away, I can just extend my arm like so, and
あー、プルプルしてる。
look, I did it!
I picked up a tissue.
こんなナイトブレイダー見たくなかった。
Well,
Hey, I'm trying hard at myself over here.
冗談。無理せず頑張ろう。
that ship has sailed. Noah giggles and I shrug my shoulders before scanning the area once again. At least he can shrug his shoulders. Everyone amicably and fervently picks up trash.
So, this might be rude to say, but everyone is super serious, huh? I thought that trash pickup was just a pretense to have as much fun as they wanted.
そういうイメージを払拭するって目的もあるのかも。
That does make sense.
コスプレイヤーはマナーをしっかり守りますっていう姿勢を見せる。
That makes sense. I had a totally biased perception.
マナーを守らないレイヤーもいるだろうけど、しっかりと守っているレイヤーの方が圧倒的に多いはず。今の私たちはキャラのイメージを背負っているんだから。
Oh no, is there anybody cosplaying as a villain then?
If somebody is cosplaying as one of the Captain Planet villains.
Yeah, exactly. He's just throwing the trash everywhere.
Ah, I see. So that's the mindset, huh?
その自覚があればマナー違反なんて絶対できない。キャラとそして作品まで貶めてしまうことになるから。
I feel like people don't use besmirching enough.
I agree. That's one of those fun words that just does not get used much.
I see. Representing the characters, huh? I might understand, more or less. It feels like I've become a different version of myself.
A version of myself that can't bend their knees.
I'm still a little embarrassed, but I feel the urge to strike a pose and stuff.
As long as I don't have to bend my knees.
そういう衝動を抑えるときはしっかり抑えて、解き放つときは思い切り。
Oh, so that's the problem with the Great Seiya Man. His pose to control ratio is not great.
Definitely not.
それがレイヤー
I
としてのマ
still
ナー
love
なんだと思う。
Sorry.
私も初心者だけど。
in universe. That means that, was it 8-year-old or however old he is when he goes to Namek?
That sounds right.
Yeah. 8-year-old Gohan goes to Namek. And the thing he gets from that more than anything else is, man, the Ginyu Force was so cool.
Yeah, pretty much. That does seem to be the takeaway that he got from there.
Which I just love.
But here's the thing. He got that. He came back super serious all throughout the Cell games and was just like, you know, now that I've really analyzed these villains and other such people, you know who I aspire to be most like? A combination of Captain Ginyu and Mr. Satan.
Yep.
All right.
I get the picture. Basically, we focus on collecting trash so that we don't tarnish the image of our characters.
解き放つのは後。
You sure about the photo shoot?
撮ってもらいたくなった？
I mean, you don't have to worry about me. I'm just thinking that you might be refraining for some reason.
That sounds like the argument of somebody who wants to have his photo taken.
してない。着てみて分かったけど、撮影してほしい欲求はやっぱりない。かけると一緒にコスプレして、一緒に歩けているだけで楽しい。今笑った？
Maybe.
I was amazed by how high your voice got.
Nonsense. It was higher when she saw cats.
弾んで当然。楽しいもん。かけるは？
I'm having fun. Lots of it.
よかった。よし、頑張ろう。
Right on.
Right on, right on. We amp ourselves up and get serious with our garbage collecting. I won't lose to Noah. No, I'm going to fill up my bag before any of the other people taking part. At least, that's what I'm fired up to do. But I end up reaching my limits faster than I thought in an unexpected way. He just falls over and can't get back up.
お、
He
ジュー
just
スまだ
falls over
入っ
like
て
a
た。
turtle.
Help me.
こぼしちゃった。かかってない？大丈夫？かける？
It.
お？
It's hot.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Of course, a full body costume with poor ventilation.
It's hot.
I'm steaming. I'm steaming, Nightblader. I took advantage of being able to freely adjust the illusory body to make the suit airtight, but it's too airtight.
Nightblader. Only comes out at night. Oh yeah.
I realized the flaw of my costume. Blech. I actually realized that flaw beforehand and made some gaps in the suit here and there, but it's so sweltering now that none of the gaps even help.
大丈夫？
I'm fine. I'm fine. No, I'm not. Not so fine. Sorry, Noah-san, do you mind if I rest or at least take the helmet off?
無理しないで。お水もちゃんと飲んで。
Right.
I stagger over to the shade of a tree.
Help me, Dre.
You're my only hope. I never thought I would consume so much energy in such a short amount of time. Cosplay is harder than I expected. That's the life lesson.
お疲れ様。
Good job.
With the event over, we returned to Shiro Mitsugawa. We continued picking up the trash with a break here and there, but it took so much out of us that we had to bow out earlier than expected. It was mainly me, drenched head to toe in sweat, so I hurried to a nearby spa to shower off. Afterward, we finally ate some delicious omurice.
Oh.
It was a disappointing end as we weren't able to make good on our goal to fill up our trash bags. But I think that it was still a very fulfilling way to spend a weekend nonetheless.
I'll walk you home.
Honestly speaking, I wanted to spend a little more time together, but I'm just too beat. Our first date is going to be over soon. Feeling slightly sad, I walked to Noah's place with her.
楽しかったね。
Yeah, it was. I might be into cosplay now.
No more airtight suits, though.
死にそうだったのに。
Next time, I'll make a more breathable costume.
She lets out an airy giggle. Our hands naturally touch. Our fingers intertwine.
本当に楽しかった。何も考えず心から楽しめたの。すごく久しぶりな気がする。
You've been smiling a lot.
うん。最近笑えるようになった。気取らない自分に慣れてきたと思う。
Let's do this again.
いろいろなところに行きたい。次はかけるの行きたいところ。
Me? I don't know. I'll think about it. Okay.
ねえ、かける？ いっぱい思い出作ろうね。いっぱいいっぱい。覚えきれないくらい。これからいっぱい。
Yeah. Let's. From now on.
I squeeze her hand tight. Endless possibilities are spread out before us. There might be sad times, and there might be tough times. But I'm positive we'll be fine. We'll seize it. We'll seize a happy future.
Let's make a lot of them. With the two of us, and with everyone else. A whole lot of fun memories for all of us.
All right. That looks like it's the end of Noah's route. Nice. And now there's going to be an epilogue, I believe. A considerable amount of time has passed. Yoichi has vanished from every branch. Oh, wow. He stopped coming to school, and after a while, rumors circulated that he moved overseas. I don't know whether or not that's true, but I have a suspicion that I won't be seeing him ever again. I think the fortunate thing was that I've been so busy that I haven't had time to get sentimental about it. My life ever since that earthquake has been surreal, but also so fulfilling, and that's a fact. Hey, Sophie.
お疲れ様。
Thanks.
We're finally done.
I know we had the recommendation to turn Kakeru's voice on at this point, but I think we're just going to ride it out at this point. I know that's probably not a popular opinion, but I feel like, we're winding things down, and we've also done most of this episode in our traditional format, so I think we're just going to stick with it.
ええ、終わり。全部回収できたわ。観測できる範囲では。
All 151 artifacts.
For now.
Well, that phrasing is kinda ominous.
細かいわね。もう反応はないんでしょ？
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a difference.
No, none. I can't detect any more.
だったら、あなたたちはすべきことを不足なく、すべてやってくれた。ありがとう。おかげで助かったわ。とてもね。
I wonder if that means that we're not going to be seeing Sophie anymore.
And you're very welcome. All that's left is to close the gate, huh?
そうね。それでおしまい。あなたともお別れね。
Maybe we should have a farewell party, invite everyone and stuff.
嫌よ。あなたから適当に説明しておいて。
Boy, you're cut and dry.
締めっぽいのが嫌いなだけ。
Well, she is a fan of an Irish goodbye.
もう少しだけ様子を見て扉を閉じるわ。その時にはちゃんとお別れを言いに来てあげるわよ。
It's gonna be like a reverse Wizard of Oz. She's saying bye to everyone, and I think I'll miss you least of all to Kakeru, and then just vanishes.
Gotcha. We're gonna miss you.
せいせいするの間違いでしょ。それじゃあね。
Oh, wait.
帰ろうとするといつも呼び止めるわね、あなた。
You try to leave too fast.
Well, because you always try to cut the conversation short.
それで何？
You almost forgot about my version of the world's eye.
回収する気はないわよ。こちらに置いておかないと機能しないし。
Oh.
9のこともあるし。万が一の時のために現状維持が望ましいけれど。契約を破棄したいのならそれでも構わない。
So you personally don't care either way, huh?
そうね。欠けた状態でも機能に問題がないことは確認できているし。
Yeah, I see. If you leave the fragment with me, there is something I want to test.
何？
The reason I was able to use the world's eye was because I assimilated it into my body while it was malfunctioning, right?
そうね。仮説に過ぎないけれど。
What if I were to assimilate all of it while it's malfunctioning?
Huh.
ああ、そういうこと。あの日に戻るのね。
Yeah, to the day it all started. I'll assimilate the world's eye and close the gate. If I do that, it'll stop the artifact leak. No one will die, and I won't make any errors. I think I can make a new branch. A branch where nothing will happen.
Interesting.
Does that sound too hard?
どうかしらね。砕けたアーティファクトを取り込めば体内で修復される。通常なら修復された時点で本来の契約者のもとへ戻るでしょうけど、世界の目は特殊なアーティファクト。それにカケル自身も特別な才能を持っている。かけらの力を引き出し扉を開いた。研究者として不確かなことはあまり言いたくないのだけど。
But I feel the urge to test this.
Yeah.
やってみる価値は十分にある。
Oh, it is? Then I'll make it. One more final branch. A branch where nothing happens. Where we lead regular lives as usual.
But then who does he end up with? Or does he end up with no one?
あなたがそうしたいのならそうなさい。何よその顔は。
No, it's just. I feel like I'm being pretty presumptuous. What do you think?
知らないわよそんなの。まああえて言うならあなたはとても頑張ってくれた。ちょっとくらい好き勝手なことしてもいいんじゃない？もっともあなたしか知りえないんだから文句言いようもないけれど。
And me.
No one can complain, huh? True, only me, my partner, and you would know. Okay. I've made up my mind. I'll need to close the gate as soon as I jump to that day, right?
そうね。ダラダラしていたらアーティファクトが動き出す。
You have 2 seconds. Wait, what?
ナインとのお別れは今のうちに済ませておきなさい。
Right. Partner, thanks for everything. I wouldn't have been able to do anything without you. Not a single thing. It's all thanks to you being there. Anything and everything. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, really. Okay. Guess that should do it. Sorry, I couldn't come up with anything better.
No, it was perfect.
Oh, and thank you too, Sophie, for all your help.
助けてもらったのは私の方。それに私とのお別れはまだ先。
All right, well. It's time, partner.
Okie dokie.
Take me off to that day.
One last button. Okay, never mind, no button. Just doing it. Oh, wait, no, there is a button. Oh, I didn't notice they have little floating portraits. Boop. Back to the past, Samurai Jack. Watch out. Shiramatsugawa is...
かけるな兄貴持ってきやしたぜ
Oh, look at the goods.
バそこ
Not in this branch?
We don't know that.
You know what? Fair.
He may not meet anyone else.
Yeah, you might be right.
Oh,
Quick. For the last time. Maybe.
got my brain.
Evelyn Drool.
うわ大丈夫そんなに深く切った
Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. Give me a sec.
He just swallows the world's eye like a Kirby.
That's what I was thinking he would do.
どこ行くのバそこは
I'll use it later.
Bye. I stand up and start walking. Gotta hurry. There's not much time.
新見くん消毒液持ってきたよ使いな
I'm good. I need the artifact.
Right, thank you. The world's sacred relic. It's in the storehouse, right?
うん蔵にしまったよ
Well, you see, I have a piece of it in my pocket.
ああ片付けといてあげる
No, I can do it.
No, I'll do it. Just need the key.
うん持ってるはい
Thank you very much.
All of this is possible because Satsuki is lazy.
あと消毒液も
Oh, I'll handle that after. Thank you.
I got you now, you bugger. I somewhat forcefully steer the conversation to a close and head to the storehouse. I use the key Ms. Noruse gave me to open the door and head inside. Ominous.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, jeez. It is really ominous. There it is, inside this box. The broken fragments. I need the courage to swallow them all. I really wish I had
Oh
brought
my
some
God,
water.
that actually is what he's doing. All right.
Okay. But I don't have time to hesitate. I ready myself, collect them all, and ingest them. They sting like hell on the way down.
Damn it.
They're getting caught in my throat. Fuck, it hurts. Oh, it doesn't hurt anymore. I might be dead. But god damn it, I swallowed them.
All right.
I can feel it. The world's ice presence. Its power, clear as day. We're good. I can use it. Now I just have to close the gate.
Say, partner, mind if I say one last thing?
Go for it.
I know we don't have time to waste, but just one last thing.
Just say it.
Would you mind telling me your name? Not 9 or whatever, your real name. I want to know before it's over. So, please, tell me.
Oh, we actually get to say Slim Shady. Oh, it doesn't fit. Dang.
Just take yours.
Mose. I am Mose. Flip.
Right. Thank you. Things in this branch might not go as well as in the other branches. I might not even get to know everyone else. But I'm gonna try. I'll try my very best on my own. It's a little unfair that I have memories of the other branches, but well, self-serving as it is, we'll call it a bonus.
If you really want it to be a bonus, I could give you all of the memories. All of them.
I'll try leading my life as best I can. The peaceful life, free of incident. That's why. No, I better stop. I'm gabbing because I don't want to let go. Alright. I'm closing the gate before the artifacts make it to this world. Thank you for everything. Everything till now. This is goodbye. Yeah. Well. Catch you later, Mose.
I'm still here. Oh, I whited out. I did enjoy the credits, though. They weren't my favorite.
Yeah.
I think some of the other ones were better. Oh, cute. They all became friends.
How?
Determination. I mean, he had the memories from the other branches.
He did.
I mean, he probably figured out a way because he already kind of had the rapport with Cujo, and then if he just reached out and used everything he knew to approach Noah and Haruka, then I think it's fair.
It is, but like, okay. I know that the epilogue, which is the last blah 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 episodes. It's like really the last 5 or so. Some of them are really good, some of them are dragged a little bit.
Yeah.
I kind of would want to know legitimately how he became friends with all of them in a branch where nothing happened.
That's valid. That is fair. I'm beginning to wonder if this is...
Really like the CG, though.
I do, too. This is really nice. Oh, okay, it was just waiting for us to click. All right. That's fair. Yeah, that was sweet. But you're right. I would kind of like to know. I guess he just really employed... Maybe he was able to figure it out. But yeah, I think Noah would be kind of difficult, though.
Yeah, it would be.
But he knows her personality well enough that I think he could probably figure something out.
Yeah.
9
Okay, so there's obvious... Hey, look!
Hi.
Click! I bet that's the thing. Oh, hi, Sophie.
Oh, hello.
Don't get excited. She doesn't have a route.
Sophie, you're out. Sophie around.
終わった。
Turns out she was just reading a book the entire time.
お腹すいた。お昼どうしようか
It's
しら。
just like the equivalent of the, what was it, Super Mario 3 ending where it's a dream.
You know,
食堂って気分ではないけど。
She's like, wow, and that's what would have happened if I had invented the thing longer.
oh well, a woman can dream, a woman can dream.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't even be mad.
え？あ、
Angry cat Sophie?
もう嘘でしょ。
Nine is watching me?
こっそり仕掛けたのにもうバレちゃうなんて。油断してた。独り言聞かれちゃったじゃない。
Well, I mean, we knew you were going to be in a library. The only thing that's missing is the drill hair.
はーい、ナイン、お久しぶり。それともあなたにとってはさっきぶりかしら。
Eh, it's been a bit.
わかるわよ。不思議なんでしょ。扉を閉じたはずなのに、どうしてまだ私とつながっているのか。
You're Deadpool?
思ったのよ
Secret
ね。
route?
もったいないって。オーバーロードが見つかったのよ。その使い手とのつながりを断つなんてありえないわよ。
Well, we found Overlord, but close enough.
だからこっそりと抜け道を作っておいたの。あなたといつでも会えるようにね。
Oh no, have you seen my browser history?
忘れた頃に声をかけて驚かせようと思っていたのに、まさかこんなに早くバレちゃうなんて。まあ特に隠していたわけじゃないんだけど、見つかって困るわけでもないし。
Why are you blurry?
というわけで、また何かあればあなたを頼ることになるから、そのつもりで。これからもよろしくね、ナイン。それじゃあ、用があれば呼び出すから、もう二度と覗き見はしないように。
I make no promises.
さてと、お昼は、あ、そうそう、寂しそうなあなたにいいことを教えてあげる。扉を閉じてしまったから、もうカケルたちの世界に干渉することはできないけれど、私の世界の目を介して観測はできるわよ。
Ah, fun.
どうしてもまたみんなに会いたくなったら、意識を集中してみなさい。仲間と過ごした時間がそこにあるから。はい、今度こそおしまい。それじゃあね、ナイン。またそのうち。さーてと、お昼食べよっと。
Priorities. Okay, bye for real, I guess. I'm taking all of my Pokemon to the Pokemon Center. Okay, I liked it. Cute little Easter egg.
Me too.
It was a nice touch.
ナイン。
Ah, I changed my end screen. Yeah. What do we have option-wise? Got the one without Cujo, got the one with Cujo, got the one with Sora, got the one with Haruka, and we got the one with Noah. Now we'll go back to this.
Yay.
This feels appropriate since this is the one that started it
does.
all.
First one.
Yeah.
All right. Thoughts on everything. Everything. All
The whole shebang.
all five games, all the routes, everything.
All right. Well, I know we've expressed a lot over time, so I'll try to keep it fairly brief. There were a lot of things that I really liked about this game. The character development was a lot of fun. I liked every single one of the protagonists, and I really like that every single one of them really got their opportunity to shine, even if it wasn't necessarily in their own routes. I liked the mystery aspect of it, but I do think it became a little bit overly convoluted. Granted, whenever you're doing any kind of multiverse, time travel, branching path kind of thing, it's going to get complicated. That's just kind of a built-in thing. I get that. But the mystery was good, and I feel like it did a good job of dropping little hints of where things were going to go without it becoming overly predictable. I did have some issues with pacing here and there. I can't think of particular instances because I feel like some of the episodes had really solid pacing. Like, I feel like Cujo's episode 1 was really good, and I know a lot of that was because of exposition. I feel like episode 2 was really good in terms of pacing. 3 and 4 were kind of a mixed bag. There were just some things that I think were a little too long in the tooth, a little bit too much build-up that wasn't necessary, especially when it was retreading stuff we've kind of already established. I do understand that that probably was also to a point. And then I liked the new episode as a whole, but I agree that there were some pacing things. There were some things about it, and yeah, I know we're past the climax of the story, and it's all just spending more time with the characters as a last hurrah. And I did like that. But I think it could have been a little bit more succinct. It could have done a little bit more showing and a little less telling. Overall, though, I enjoyed it a lot. Do I think it's my favorite series that we've played on the channel? No, but I do think it's a really solid entry, and I'm glad we did it. How about you?
A lot of the same thoughts. I really like it. Like, there are things that they do which keeps it interesting, and the story is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm all for setting things in a high school, which this is.
Right.
And setting things in, your general slice of life high school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've also played an uncountable number of VNs that are that setup.
Yeah, that is true.
They do something different, and I really like that. And it's intriguingly different. And I like that. I thought the first episode, as much as, like, obviously, retrospectively, I'm like, it doesn't do enough with Kujo herself.
Mm-hmm.
It's very well paced, and I agree. The second one treads a little bit of the same ground, but it's still fresh. It still works very well.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I liked about episode 1 and episode 2 is that they really do leave you on a cliffhanger.
Yes.
Of, okay, episode 1, this guy wasn't really the villain.
Mm-hmm.
The villain is still out there. Second one, you fight Ghost, who you think it's going to be impossible to beat. You kill Ghost.
Allegedly.
Quote, quote, kills herself, according to the, what he knows at that point. Credits come, plot twist is that might be Sophie,
mm-hmm.
and that it's Yoichi. Third one, it explains all of that. To a degree, and this is weird because I really like Noah a lot. Maybe the most, actually.
Oh, really? Did she surpass Haruka?
She just keeps like climbing the list even higher and higher the more you spend time with her. I'm not sure she is number 1, but she's like really close.
Yeah.
Like it's basically a tie. So it's really weird for me to say because I really like Noah a lot. But when I think about it, 4, I think for me is the weakest in its pacing.
I agree with that.
It actually has my favorite moments individually.
Mm-hmm.
Like the idea of, okay, you won. Just kidding. The bad guy now has the same ability. That's really cool. But man, it drags. And there's things that could have been cut from that and it would have been just as good.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, the entire setup of it. We've got to figure out a way to defeat Iris once and for all, but we already did defeat her in 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more we got to figure out a way to kill her, but that's not as... they raised the stakes in 4 by having her get that and kill everybody, but overall, still, it's like, we kind of already beat her. So I think the setup for 4 is weaker, even though 4 has my favorite parts individually.
I mean, I would say 4 was kind of like a phase 2 of the boss fight because she figured out how to control Yoichi, which is really what she was trying to do. But it's just like usually in kind of a boss fight, and I know this doesn't really apply for visual novels, but usually it's like, okay, you beat phase 1, or, well, I don't know, maybe because if I think of it back to like Zone of the Enders, which I know I've made that reference before, the first time you fight Anubis, you can't win. The best you can do is not die.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers for a very old game at this point. And I mean, to a degree, it's kind of the same because it's like, you beat Iris, but not really. You beat a version of Iris, but you didn't defeat her as an entity. Old Iris, ancient Iris. You beat this branch's Iris. And I kind of get, okay, now you're into the phase 2, and you're fighting like the Iris. But yeah, I feel like there was a lot of build up to that and trying to create her and build her up as this insurmountable thing. It was also emphasizing the futility of it's like, oh man, live, die, repeat, live, die, repeat. But after a while, it's like, okay, we get the point. Can we continue on with the fight?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely feel 4 had some weaknesses, despite, like I said, actually having some of my favorite individual moments.
Yeah.
Then I think for the epilogue, all of the beginning stuff is good because it's solving an issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, Yoichi's still out there. He still exists. And then after that, they all do kind of feel like at the end of Return of the King.
Yeah.
Where you're just sitting there being like, well, I guess technically we do need to wrap things up for everybody, but boy, this is taking a while. And for me, some of those are more hit than others. Sora's I thought was okay.
Yeah.
Haruka's had its really good moments, and I thought Noah's, maybe it's because we just did it, was the best.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Know.
You know what it made me think of? I think my biggest problem with it is I liked when we actually got to the scenes with the CGs. I enjoyed those a lot. But the scenes leading up to, the build-up to those scenes felt like something that you would get almost in the common route of a game, of your traditional romance VN, where you're still getting to know the characters instead of actually when you're already engaged in the relationship with them.
Exactly. I almost wish they had gone with a further...
Like a time jump?
Yeah, like we've collected almost all of the artifacts or something, I don't... They wrote the story. They can create however many artifacts they want. We've collected almost all of them. It's been a year. I don't know. Okay, well, a year later, let's see where these relationships are. And then I think it'd be really interesting. Okay, you can do a lot with that.
Well, and then, I guess they negated some of it by creating the branch where nothing ever happened to begin with, where Kakeru consumed the world's eye, and that was it. Like, that's the quote-unquote true branch, the true ending, where they all became friends. But then it's like, it creates this weird dynamic, too, where he's got these really developed relationships with every one of these characters and other branches, and then at the end, it's just like, okay, well, I don't think there's anything wrong with them just being really close friends at the end of that, but I don't know. It sort of not undermines the other relationships, but it creates an interesting shift.
Well, it's trying to create neutrality because the way the game is laid out, the true ending route would be automatically with Noah.
Right, yeah, that does make sense.
For him.
Because that is the branch where they actually defeated Iris for real.
Exactly. So, okay, how do you solve this and make it neutral? Okay, there's a branch where who knows who he ends up with.
Yeah.
But, and this is a big problem, for me it comes across as, weirdly enough, despite nothing happening, potentially one of the most interesting branches. Because I want to know, how does he become friends with all of them? Kujo, sure, makes sense. He could become friends with her very quickly, very easily.
Yeah, they're classmates, and they already have a little bit of a rapport, sort of.
Exactly. And realistically, they were almost, like, getting closer even without the artifacts really being there.
True.
To a degree.
Sora goes without saying.
Yeah, that one definitely does. But, like, Haruka, when you think about it, she's a year older than him. Doesn't know who he is. Noah goes to a different school. The only thing they would have in common is they eat at the same place.
True.
So it's actually interesting. Like, how would he get really close with them? How would they all become a group that hangs out together?
He just approaches Noah at 9 Ball and is like, So, how do you feel about Nightblader?
You know what? Actually, that would be amazing. I'll be honest.
It might work. He could basically, instead
you
of
know?
using the artifacts, he could just strike up a conversation with what he knows about her personality already, and maybe
Yeah.
the same with Haruka. Maybe that's as simple as that.
But like, I don't know. I wish we had at least had like a 5-second dialogue.
Yeah,
You know, it is one of those things like I like a little bit of something there. And you definitely could have shortened some of the other stuff to make that happen.
I agree with you. I feel like the emphasis with the epilogue was less about the characters and more about Kakeru parting with us as 9. And with that in mind, I can understand why there was also the recommendation to turn on Kakeru's voice, because it's like, okay, separating Kakeru as a character from you, the player. At the same time, though, and I think that's good. I think especially considering, at this point, it's been 5 games, effectively. All the same story, but 5 games. So it's a special moment. But I get where you're coming from, too, where there's investment. You want to know about the characters.
Yeah. Because I'm not invested in 9.
Yeah.
Like, I care nothing about 9. No offense.
Ow. My pride.
Because, it's being like, you are 9. The idea that, you're 9 and you're looking at these characters. But, like, I mean, 9 never talks.
True, other than
Really.
text boxes.
Yeah. He's not a character,
He's Link.
all of the all of these other characters are characters. I care about them, so I want to see a little bit more. And I do like that. All right, after everything that Kakeru went through, in the end, he's able to create a branch where, for none of the people, is it something really bad.
True.
Right? It's not okay. Everyone's dying. It's not all of this. It's not. Accidentally killed somebody. It's all of this like traumatic stuff doesn't happen. So I get why that's theoretically good.
Yeah.
I also feel like, however, a lot of people solve their trauma because of other things like that.
True. That is true.
When you think about it.
Also, Reina wasn't in the final CG unless I totally missed him.
No, he wasn't. Not that I saw.
He just got totally left out. It's like, oh, well. Who cares? Womp womp.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I said, the epilogue, it's okay. It hits some things, it misses some things. It solved the things I wanted it to solve, but
Yes.
basically everything I wanted it to solve, it did within the first episode or two. And then after that, it solved other.
Yeah, it's just kind of, it's dressing.
Yeah. On the route point, I think I agree with you. I like every single person. All 4 protagonists, they all feel different, but they all feel interesting.
Agreed.
Anybody could tell me that X is their favorite. And unlike some games where I'm like, no, you could not even argue that this person is all,
Mhm.
is anything other than number 4. Or you can't argue that the route itself is even good. Including some VNs that I really love, but clearly have a weak router.
Yeah, it does happen.
I think they're all good.
I agree with you.
Like, so anybody can be like, oh, Sora is my favorite and her route is my favorite. And I'd be like, I can see that.
Mhm.
If you like X, Y, and Z, absolutely, 100%. And same thing with any of the others.
It's true.
To some degree.
Yeah.
So I think that's impressive.
I agree, because all of them are likable.
I also agree that sometimes the overall multiverse thing got confusing.
Yeah, it just kind of made my head spin in keeping track of everything, because I feel like for a lot of people who, I don't know, are maybe more detail-oriented than us, at least me, I can speak for me, things that were like, well, duh, moments for them watching us play through it were just like, what? And when they pointed stuff out in the comments, I'm just like, oh, right, yeah, I missed that totally until you pointed it out to me. And maybe it resonates differently too if you were really invested in it the first time you were playing through, and then you've watched other people play through it multiple times, and you're like, yeah, I know where all of the beats are, I know where all of the nuanced details, and this alludes to this, and this alludes to this, and so on and so forth. And it's like, okay, I respect that. It ain't me.
I really like it. But boy, there are times where I'm like, all right, this is like needlessly complicated in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm not sure that needed to work like that, or I'm not sure we need another branch there.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, let's just keep moving with this one.
Maybe we can prune these down just a little bit without losing anything.
Yeah, it wouldn't really hurt. Overall, very good. I agree with you on your overall thing. Is it my favorite VN that I've ever played? No. It's even hard for me to say what my favorite VN is, actually, because it probably depends on the genre. But
fair.
Overall, am I glad we played it? Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
If
there's one takeaway, though, this is not a dig at anybody. I'm going to preface by saying that. No more VNs with voiced protagonists. We're going to stick with ones where we can do the voices.
So, yeah, to explain a little bit of a thing, people really started saying, hey, you should do the voice, but by the time they did that, we had already gone through, 20 or 30 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, it's kind of too late. And in my head, even when 9... I don't know about you, but because we had done it the same way for 30, 40 episodes, however many it was.
Right.
By the time we even find out that 9 exists, we have the format where I am reading Kakeru, you are reading all narration.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time we find out that 9 exists, in my head, I'm like, well, it's easy. We're not a single person playing this game. We are a duo.
Right.
And as such, I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. Man of stage is 9. I'm Kakeru.
Yeah.
Done. Easy. Hey, it works out. We're not just like the schizophrenic two halves of the same whole. We actually are different.
Well, and I understand that this game is not like your typical VN setup, and there is a reason that Kakeru separates himself out. But again, by the time that is established in the story, you're already 2 full episodes in and change. So it just is a hard adjustment. And we're not ignoring people when you make these recommendations. We understand that you're trying to make sure that we get the best experience and enjoy the game to the fullest. And we appreciate it. As a dual commentary channel, we just have a little bit of a different way of doing things. So it is what it is.
We do just naturally, right? I to my knowledge, there could be others, I don't know. But to my knowledge, we are the only 2-person team.
Like full-time pretty much, because I know other people come in and they'll do guest things, well, they'll play with other people, but most of our stuff is 2 people. I know Utaware Rumono is an exception, but that was just like, we needed some content, and we have schedules that do not mesh up at times, because we have, 12 or 11 hours apart, time zone-wise, most of the time, so that requires coordination.
Yep. What we might find enjoyable as a 2-person group might be different than an individual who would be reading the same thing.
For sure.
Because also, you run into the thing of like, well, if only one of us is ever saying anything, what does the other one do? Other than provide color commentary, which can be difficult.
It can.
Sometimes. And maybe that is something that we can do in the future with different types of games, right? If I'm like watching you play a game or something, I can do color. But, on a VN, it's hard.
It is.
Yeah, on a VN, it's a harder thing to do than it would be in a, if I was watching you play through like a full, AAA video game, I can run color all day long. It'd be fine.
We just want everyone to know we do hear you, and we're not ignoring you, and we're not being like, psh. We just are trying to figure out a way to make things work that makes everybody happy, and you just can't make everybody happy.
No. Can't be done. Doesn't work. So, my final question or 2 for you.
Okay.
Of the 4, who's your favorite?
Ooh, that is a really hard question. I think Noah. I think Noah is probably my favorite, because I really just grew to like her personality and a lot of her little quirks and things like that. I would be hard-pressed to rank any of them. Noah in particular, I really enjoyed a lot about her story and a lot about the way her character developed over time. What about you?
It's almost a tie between her and Haruka.
Okay.
Haruka started really high and stayed there, but Noah kept going up also. I like her quirks. I like the real her.
I like Haruka a lot
Yeah,
too.
I like Haruka. I think they could have done more with the personality thing.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
If they had, he would have easily been on top. But yeah, like Noah kept coming up. So by the end of this, I'm like, she might be number one. I'd have to think about it.
That's valid.
My only other criticism of this game, we never had a teacher route and we never had a Sophie route.
Yeah, I know. I do agree with that. Although I know there are particular reasons because it's like, oh, well, the voice actresses, for example, don't play characters that have those kinds of routes. And that I respect that. That's fair. It's a bummer, but it's fair.
Yeah, of course.
The closest thing we had to a teacher route was Haruka during her epilogue. All right. I think that's all I've got. Do you have anything else?
That is all I have. I'm glad that we did this.
Me too. I mean, and we covered a lot. We had a lot of thoughts about this, but it makes sense after how long we've been playing it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of those things that is in some ways kind of like King Koi, but less. Because I think King Koi went on longer.
Oh, it
because
did.
you have a whole nother other thing.
Yep.
We're like, it's a little bit weird that we're not going to be playing it because it's been here for a while.
I know. Really has. But we've got some really cool stuff on the horizon because we've got Sabbath of the Witch and we've got Fruits of Grisaia, and we just have to figure out which one we want to start on next. We'll be figuring it out soon.
Absolutely.
And I hope you all are looking forward to it. All right. Well, once again, thank you all so much for watching 9-9, this series, all of the parts and everything. For those of you who have joined us from the first episode all the way to here, we greatly appreciate it. And we just hope you've had a fun ride, because it's been a really great ride for us. And we hope to see you in the next series. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.